Hello, I'm Angela Singleton with Singleton Educational Services. Today, I'd like to explain to you your different educational options for your child. You have many choices for your child's education. It can be public school, private school, or even homeschool. Here are your various options and a breakdown of what they offer. In public school, you have the option of attending on campus or virtually. We have digital school options that include Florida Virtual School and an e-school for your county. We also have dual enrollment for students who are juniors and seniors in high school. Charter schools also have on-campus, and some of them have virtual school options. Private schools, same thing, on campus, and some will have virtual school options. You may also dual enroll when your child is a junior or senior in high school. Homeschool. These studies take place anywhere the child is or the family. It can be at home or it can be on travel. It could be at a park. Anywhere you decide to adventure into learning is your homeschool location. This also can include many different co-ops of educational or recreational or special interests. In homeschooling, you also have the opportunity to do virtual school. You can use Florida Virtual School through the FLEX program, eSchool through your county, Khan Academy at your leisure, OutSchool, Coursera, or several other options, including virtual homeschool group or even Pennsylvania homeschoolers. There are unlimited number of options for virtual school for homeschoolers. Some are accredited and some are not. You also have the opportunity of dual enrollment. A huge perk for homeschoolers is as soon as your child qualifies by test score for their local school, they can start dual enrollment for free. Free tuition, free books in the state of Florida. Your other option is an umbrella school. Home-directed education students may choose to opt for an umbrella school as a cover school, meaning they're registered as a private school student, but they school at home or wherever they are. They also can use co-ops, any kind of digital learning, same as homeschool, and they may dual enroll as well if their umbrella school has an articulation agreement with the college or university. This is also only limited to junior and senior year because they are registered as a private school student. All right, so if you should decide to explore homeschooling and you want to be a new homeschooler, what are your options? Well, I can tell you there are many. So I would first recommend that you look at how you want your child to be educated. And it can be one specific direction or a combination of several. So first, think about, do I want to use a curriculum to guide me? Do I want to mix and match curricula, or do I want to just stick with one and go all the way through? And then how do I decide which one is right for me? Well, the easiest place to start with that is either to ask friends for recommendations or go to the Kathy Duffy Curriculum Guide. It's very big, but it's now on the web as well. Think about, how might your child learn best, or what fits your family the best? Are both parents working? Is one parent fully devoted to helping school the child? Does a child like to learn hands-on, or are they very visual? Do they like repetition? Maybe a lot of workbooks or worksheets? Do they hate that and don't want to do any of it? So many things come into play when you decide which curricula is best for you. So I recommend start with the Kathy Duffy's Curriculum Guide, go through it, read the pros and cons of each one, and decide for yourself, okay? The online school options include Florida Virtual School, FLEX, if you're a homeschooler, meaning you can be your own child's advisor, you select what they study, and your child goes at their own pace. okay? They do not have to submit a set number of assignments a week. There's a recommendation, but you as the parent decide what happens and when. And you get to pick and choose every little bit when they take a break, if they're taking a break at all, when they start the course, when they finish the course. And then there's many other online options, including Outschool or Coursera, Virtual Homeschool Group, Khan Academy, Pennsylvania Homeschoolers. I mean, the options are endless, okay? And then another style of learning is called unschooling. This is completely student-led learning, all right? So some unschoolers use no curriculum at all, and they just take advantage of various resources that surround them. This could be going to national and state parks and speaking to park rangers or doing the junior ranger programs that they offer with the free little booklets and learning activities for their park. This could be lots of YouTube and library videos, textbooks or library books, hands-on experiences, anything can fall in this category. So now maybe you understand why people do a mix. So my kids started out completely just in a curriculum, and I realized they wanted more and more and more. So the curriculum was really just our base. And from there, we added on. Now, you can add on using lots of unschool options. You can add on using lots of online options or mix and match however it fits your child's needs. All right, now homeschool enrichment. There are many ways to enrich your child's school experience, including co-ops, private school or group instructions, and field trips or play groups. Okay, so for co-ops, there's educational options, which include formal classes, tutors. Sometimes they meet once a week. Classical Conversations is a very well-known national co-op organization, if you want to call it that, and they have groups that meet all over the country in many different cities. I think Gainesville has maybe 2 or 3 of them, and then Alachua has another 1 or 2. There's many. So you just get connected, and there's more than just Classical Conversations. People in the area might all decide, hey, we're using the same curriculum. Let's get together and form our own co-op and kind of share responsibilities of education, or just to get together and talk about what they're learning. And others are just completely enrichment based, where maybe it's just a weekly play date or meet at the park, whatever you decide that to be, a social, it doesn't matter. Co-ops form for many different reasons. We used to be a part of an art group, and so every week we'd meet at the park and do art with a teacher and just enjoy our mornings. All right, so private instruction and group instruction, this can be many things as well. So our family, we participated in dance. We also have always had private music instructors. That meant my child would study the piano or the violin or the viola or the cello. And we met with our teacher weekly. We would have lessons, and then the child would work on their own with the teacher's instructions, their take-home instructions for the week to improve. We've also done group ensembles such as chorus and orchestra. Wonderful enrichment opportunities for our kids. And then field trips and play groups galore. These can be endless and wonderful opportunities for your family to just get together and explore something fun. This could be going to the beach. It could be your national and state parks. It could be a hike at one of your local parks. Whatever you make of that, whether it's with others or just your family, it all counts as a field trip. You know, even going, say, to an ice cream shop and the owner showing your child how they make ice cream. Yeah, write it up. It's a field trip. It's okay. Now, we have a local group here in Gainesville called Micah Homeschoolers. This group completely focuses their co-op activities on planned field trips and social events. It's also another wonderful opportunity. So, how do you get started with homeschooling? Simple. There are 4 requirements of homeschoolers. 3 of them start right now, okay? So first, you want to establish your homeschool by sending a letter of intent to your school board. All you have to list in your letter of intent is your name, your children's names and ages, your address, and that you simply want to start your homeschool. The date of which you send this letter becomes your annual mark, all right? That's when your annual test score or an evaluation by a certified teacher is due. So we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so now the next thing to do after you send in your letter of intent is to begin keeping a record of what your child is learning or using to learn. All right, now this can simply be a notebook where you put the date and what you worked on. It could be filled out once a week, once a month, you decide. I would log what books are used or other resources like websites, and maybe keep some photos. So some people simply start a website or an Instagram page to log what their child's doing. Others will do a photo book to summarize what their child did for the year, or simply the notebook. Okay, whatever you decide is perfectly fine. You just have to have a record of what they're doing. You also need to save some samples of work. All right, these samples can be your math workbook that your child uses or the notebook that they take notes in. This can be maybe videos that you record of speeches or performances that they give. This could also be some samples of their writing, whether it's a handwriting workbook or it's an essay that they wrote, whatever, save some samples. I usually submit something from the beginning of the school year and something from the end of the school year. So if it's math, then I might submit something of math that they did from the beginning and the end, or just hand over the whole workbook. I don't care. Whatever the evaluator wants to see, just to show that there's progress. Then also with samples of writing, I might save something from the beginning and something from the end. Now, the last thing, the annual evaluation or standardized test, okay? Some people get really scared about this, but I promise it's nothing. All right, so if your child's already taking the PSAT, the SAT, or ACT each year to try and improve their score, you can submit that and it counts and you're done, all right? No evaluation. That serves as the evaluation. If you're not doing those, but you do want to test, you could try the Iowa test. We have local homeschool parents who are certified that can offer that test for you, and you're all set. You can also do the FSA, and you'll get an invite every spring inviting you and your child to sign up and partake in the FSA. Just keep in mind the FSA lasts several days. All right, now the option we've always chosen is to have a certified teacher of our choice come do our evaluation. Now, we sometimes meet them in person somewhere around town, have them to our house, or you can just email the samples of work and your record log, and that's it. You're done, okay? So you choose the evaluator and you choose what you send to them, all right? They'll let you know if they need something more or not. Sometimes they'll just let you know, send me XYZ, and that's it, okay? They then send you a letter back that notifies the school board that they have evaluated your child for progress, because that is all that the law says. You evaluate for progress that's appropriate for the child. That's it, okay? Not scary. If progress is demonstrated, you're all set, okay? And to also notify the school board that they have seen the portfolio, which is your samples of work and your record that you kept. Okay, that's it. So simple. All right, so now, after you've sent your letter of intent and you have decided how you're going to record your work that you're doing, you want to select what resources to use in the appropriate approach to homeschooling your child. And then just select when you want to start. Most families will say that, well, I thought I wouldn't start till the end of August, but the kids want to start now. It's That's okay. As soon as my kids received their big box of books that I ordered for the year, they just opened it and dove in. And I had to start. It's fine. Let them enjoy the journey. All right, umbrella school. Some home-educated families prefer an umbrella school. And why do they do that? Well, the umbrella school serves as a cover school, all right? And people do this to avoid submitting that letter of intent to the school board. Some people are just scared to have the school board involved in what they're doing, but the school board's not really involved. The school board is just documenting that you are homeschooling and that your child made progress. That's it. However, if you're worried about that and you want to work under a private school, which is an umbrella school, you may choose to do this. There are several to choose from. All right, so how does the Florida Department of Education view umbrella schools? They view them as private schools. So if your child is enrolled with an umbrella school, though you are doing all the instruction, the private school is essentially their school. So your child is a private school student. All right, now, most people want to know, what's the difference? I don't understand. Is one better than the other? Well, the answer is it really depends on what you, your family, and your child needs, all right? So like for my family, we could not have participated in all-state orchestra or all-national orchestra or early dual enrollment if we were umbrella school students, all right? Because private school students don't have access to that, right? Well, unless your umbrella school has all these different memberships with FMEA to allow them, but it's highly unusual. I'm not really sure of an umbrella school that offers music classes and has all those memberships that can send the child. Anyhow, maybe they exist. But for us, it was so much easier to go through homeschool. All right, so let's take a look. With homeschool, yes, you have to notify the school board that you are going to homeschool. And you also notify them when you're done homeschooling. The umbrella school requires attendance, okay? Now, every umbrella school is going to have different requirements. Keep that in mind. So important to ask when you're contacting them what their requirements are. Maintain a portfolio. Homeschoolers are required to do that, and you have to keep it for 2 years. And then after that, you can throw it away or save it, whatever you decide. The umbrella school, some do not require this, some do. You need to ask. Let's see, submit the annual evaluation or test score. Yes, one or the other is required for homeschool. For the umbrella school, no, these are not required, but some schools will highly recommend them or will require you to meet with them once a year or once a semester to discuss your child's progress and what educational approach you're taking. Maybe they want to review your curricula too. It's totally up to them. So ask, okay? Now, FLVS is an option for homeschoolers and it should be available for the umbrella school. So ask the school to make sure that there's no problems with that. FLVS for homeschoolers is under the FLEX option. Okay, now FLVS FLEX has so many more options and flexibility for the family, as where being enrolled in FLVS full-time, which is public school, that is not, okay? It has a lot less flexibility, and your child has due dates and certain expectations to meet on a timeline. All right, so dual enrollment is available for homeschoolers. It may or may not be available for the umbrella schoolers. Here's that huge perk I mentioned a little earlier. Dual enrollment for homeschoolers is free, textbooks too, and the child can start as soon as they qualify by test score. Now, each college has different requirements, so you can look up that school and their dual enrollment office or page on the internet and look to see what the requirements are, all right? Now, for the umbrella school, if your child does belong to an umbrella school that has an articulation agreement which allows them to dual enroll at a specific school, then they're restricted to only junior and senior year. And last I recall, our Florida laws do not give free dual enrollment to private school students That may have been changed. I know there was a proposal to change that, but I don't know if it went through. All right, Bright Future Scholarship is available for both homeschool and umbrella school students, which is huge and great, but there are different requirements, okay? So homeschoolers only have to meet the volunteer hour requirements and the test score requirements. Umbrella school students are private school students, so they have to meet all of the rest of the requirements, including which classes they've completed, etc. All right, earning a high school diploma, both give you a high school diploma. The umbrella school issues the high school diploma, as where the parent issues the homeschool diploma. Legally, they are both binding and accepted. Colleges take them, no questions asked, all right? Same with the transcripts, all right? The umbrella school issues the transcripts. The parent issues the transcripts for homeschoolers. Once you sign your transcript, it is official, all right? No one can deny it. What you put on that transcript is official. Now, who can participate in interscholastic extracurricular activities? Homeschoolers. You may participate in the activities at your zoned schools. Umbrella school students do not have this option. All right, I hope that explains most of the things that everyone's asking about, all the questions that you have. I hope they're answered. If you have anything more you need help with, please just reach out to me on Facebook at Singleton Educational Services. I'm happy to help. I offer tutoring, curriculum advising, high school planning, preparing for college, scholarship preparation, finding leadership opportunities, so many things. If you need help with transcripts or writing course descriptions, just let me know. I'm here to help. All right.